Hey there everyone, this is Ray Carcillo from Classic Game Room, and today we're going to look at the second part of the remade Alien Breed trilogy, Alien Breed 2 Assault from Team 17. Seemingly heavily inspired by movies like Ridley Scott's Alien and probably the inspiration for many modern franchises in games like Dead Space or Alien Syndrome, the Alien Breed series has deep roots in PC gaming from the early 90s, and many hardcore fans were overjoyed to hear of a downloadable remake coming now to consoles. The first chapter of the Alien Breed trilogy had our hero and his staff be pulled out of Lightspeed unexpectedly and crash into a much larger, much more dead spacecraft. Forcibly lodged into the hull of this ghost ship, Chief Engineer Conrad and his synthetic Lieutenant Mia, very similar to Cortana from Halo, must figure out a way to dislodge their ship from the ghost ship before they both crash land onto the ice planet below. Unbeknownst to our heroes, though, aliens similar to those that they encountered on their first adventure are lurking in the shadows, and that maybe it wasn't an accident that they crashed into this dead-in-space dreadnought. You're quickly thrown right into the action as Conrad. Given an assault rifle and a blaster with limitless recharge, Conrad will need every bullet he can scrounge against the aliens on this ghost ship. Faced with an impressive variety of opponents, Conrad must make his way through hordes of creatures that look so very similar to the movie Alien that you'd almost expect Sigourney Weaver to jump out and help you at some point. From facehuggers that are birthed from pods to aliens that bleed acid, you immediately begin to draw parallels between this and other series in pop culture. Still though, there are a few things more fun than blasting away at giant aliens, especially once you start to get the more powerful weapons like the flamethrower. On top of the more common grunt creatures, there are also more powerful bosses, like the first level's Octomorph, an alien that looks like a cross between a queen and an octopus. Besides the unoriginal story, this is a solid ceiling view arcade shooter. With hundreds of enemies coming at you at once and collectibles scattered about the levels, you'll definitely get your money's worth from this game if you're interested in arcade-style shooters. Mind you, it's a downloadable title, so it's only 5 levels long, and that should take you about 4 hours to get through, but it's still enjoyable nonetheless. The graphics are a little below average compared to what you're used to, but since most of the game is above the ceiling, you only really notice it in the handful of mid-level cutscenes. Speaking of cutscenes, voice acting during the levels on top of the cutscenes would have been nice, and it made it look like Team 17, the original developer of the PC version all those years ago, was just cutting corners when it came to getting this remake out there. My only real significant problem though with Alien Breed 2 Assault, besides the unoriginal story, was there wasn't enough boss battles. There's only 2 legitimate boss battles over the course of the game, as it leads you into a cliffhanger ending, and it makes me question whether or not it would have been better to release all 3 parts of the trilogy on one $30 or $40 budget disc instead of a chapter at a time every couple of months. Of course, doing it a chapter at a time meant that Team 17 was able to listen to the complaints about the first chapter and come up with a multiplayer between the first and second chapter, and the multiplayer is what really puts it over the top for me in terms of a purchase. Both a single-player and co-op survival mode coupled with a co-op campaign makes Alien Breed 2 Assault head and shoulders better than its predecessor, and makes me look forward to see how far Team 17 will come with the concluding chapter to this remake of their classic gaming trilogy.